Brock's too sweet for me. The 49ers can finish at 3. Cards going to sweep. LA's going to sweep. Brock's too sweet for me. Boom, welcome into the Dynasty BS show. We got to go, and it's May 21st, although we probably aren't dropping this one. It's going to be a two-part episode until next week. Welcome in, Smitty. We are breaking down Hosier today, the song Too Sweet. And, Brock Purdy's just too damn sweet, isn't he?
Yeah, look, I'll be honest. The Super Bowl, I was not big on Brock Purdy, obviously because he is the quarterback for my least favorite team in the entire league. But the Super Bowl did sway me a bit, and now I can respect him. I'll say that I can give him the respect he deserves.
So I got a man crush on the man. What'd you think about the lyrics? Let's sweep their asses this year, dude. Mine and
I
your
would,
team. Screw the Niners.
I will love it. I will love it. Hey, if there's what, this is really just it's not happening for the Seahawks type of take. That's what this really is.
You know what? Screw it. Niners, Brock. I have a man crush on you, but you going 0-6 in the NFC West this year. And that's
Whoa.
not, I'm not actually saying that's really going to happen. That's just my wish because you know what? I'm done with the Niners for just a little bit. They had their chance in the sun. They had their Niners. They're going to have they call it the Super Bowl hangover, right?
Oh God. Oh yeah. Been there.
God. So anyway, outside of just that crappy intro and Hosier this week, we are updating our rankings we did in February. I want everyone to not hear what we're not saying. This is not how we are drafting these players. This is all about how we feel about these players, and we'll be drafting them much later than players that are behind them on some of these rankings. So I'm pumped. So just some news, Smitty. One, in this pod, we're going to break down Brock Purdy's music selection. We're going to do that on this pod. We're going to have some fun with that one. Brock, this
Okay.
one's all on you. I've given you too much love in the last 4 months of my life. But,
Okay. This
dude,
is
I saw a headline that came across yesterday, and it said that Tank Dell got shot in a nightclub, and I was like, when did this happen? Like, I am as up to date with any news in sports as it possibly can be. Did you hear he got shot until yesterday?
Yeah, no, I actually did. This scared me, but he has healed. He is back on the field and he's fast as ever. So faster than before. So I don't know. I don't know. This makes me excited, but damn. I hate the fact that he got shot. That's so whack.
So we're going to do wide receiver rankings, and we had Tank Dell in the top 12 back in February. We've had some changes to the offense. People are getting worried about Steph Diggs. We're going to jump right into wide receivers, but before we do, we have not given our rankings since February with each other. We're doing them live. I don't know your rankings, you don't know mine, but I just got to know before we get into wide receivers, do you still have Tank Dell in the top 12?
I do. I do.
I don't think he's affected by Steph Diggs whatsoever. And I like to look at what transactions and contracts are telling me. And I don't really know if Houston thinks Stephon Diggs is their wide receiver one. I don't, they didn't commit to him. He's not going to be there after this year. So I'm not sure. But either way, let's just jump down. All right. So first thing I'm going to show up here, this is Keep Trade Cut. This is a website that means nothing to me in this world. A lot of people, my number one thing is when people are sending me trades, on Keep Trade Cut, he's this. And in a trade calculator, he's this. I don't care because a player's value is based on my roster construction when I'm trading and also when I'm drafting too. So we're going to do the top 12 for every position, and this will be a two-part episode, so it's going to get dropped a week apart. But here is Keep Trade Cuts. They've got Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Sun God. Oh, God, Marv. Oh, Maserati at 4. Puka, wide receiver 6. Smitty, I'm going to stop right there and say, have they disrespected the best statistical year that a rookie wide receiver has ever had by putting a rookie in front of him?
You know what? I honestly, God, want to come out here and say, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Puka did this and Puka did that, and he broke all the records. He's the best rookie receiver ever. But unfortunately, and we're just gonna get right into it. I'm just gonna have to reveal this to you. Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvarati is indeed my dynasty wide receiver uno. He
Okay.
hasn't played a snap. That's
Well,
honest to God. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. If you want to take me off the ledge, go for it. But here's the facts. And you know what's so funny? We were doing a pod not too long ago where Brian came in here and said Michael Wilson is a fantastic value, which is true. He is a fantastic value. But I'm looking at Justin Jefferson's offense. I'm looking at Jamar Chase offense. I'm looking at the Dallas offense. I'm looking at the Rams offense. I'm looking at Detroit's offense. If we're just talking about these top five here on Keep Trade Cut. And honestly, no one has a bigger threat. No one has, like, okay, what I'm trying to say is Marvarati, he has this entire receiving core to himself. He is going to be not he's his competition is kind of lacking outside of Trey McBride, who we freaking love, and you'll hear where we rank him later. But outside of Trey McBride, I don't want to disrespect Michael Wilson and say there's nobody, but this is my favorite. Like, his competition is so low to where you just gotta crown the king, and I love his situation so much too. Where and plus his quarterback, oh my god, Marvarati's number one to me. How do you feel about that?
Podcast's over. I'm speechless. I can't even
Oh,
talk the
really?
rest of the podcast. That was incredible. There is nothing I love more than you ranking him number one. I cannot rank him number one, but dude, yes, you just ranked a Cardinal rookie wide receiver one. Yes. Let me finish reading the top 12 off, and we are going to get
Okay,
right
so,
at it.
sorry, I just got excited because you
I'm
asked such a
flattered.
great question.
Smitty, man, I'm speechless. I love you today. You are my best friend now. You are. All right, Puka Nacua, wide receiver 6. G. Willie, Garrett Wilson, wide receiver 7. A.J. Brown, wide receiver 8. Malik Neighbors, wide receiver 9. Chris Olave, wide receiver 10. Drake London, wide receiver 11. And Roma Doomsday, wide receiver 12. All right, let's pull up our Google Doc, and now let's me and you start getting at it here. Let's get the Google Doc up. Where are you? Boom. Let's do it. All right, Smitty. I really do want to rank him number one. So here's the thing, Smitty. What if Marvin Harrison comes out and does exactly what Puka Nacua did last year? And Puka Nacua does the same thing he did? Why is he better than Puka Nacua? I mean, I believe he is. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but how do you beat Puka's rookie year? I mean, that's insane.
I mean, there was a point when Cooper Cup got healthy to where then it started becoming whose week is it? It's going to be Cup's week. Is it going to be Puka's week? And then it started becoming like kind of obvious towards the very end, especially in the playoffs where Stafford preferred Cup for some reason. So like that type of situation will not happen in Arizona. Kyler knows better. I mean, no offense, Stafford, I love you to death, but Kyler knows better. He knows better. So that's why I prefer Marv, and just what he did in college, we cannot overlook. I can't, at least.
Okay, so we're coming up with these rankings as a census. So your number one necessarily is going to get there, just like my number two is not necessarily going to get there. Now, I do not think that we can not
I
rank
understand.
Justin Jefferson number one.
Okay,
I
and
don't.
here's my issue. I mean, people can feel how they feel about Jordan Addison. I think he was. I mean, obviously not a fantastic rookie season, but one that is, just he's such. Addison is a worthy two. Cup is a worthy two. Devonta Smith is a worthy two. Waddle's a worthy. Basically, what I'm saying is these wide receiver cores have strong twos. I don't think Marv has to deal with a strong two, unless we're talking about Trey McBride. Then we can start rearranging things, and then also the quarterback situation. Look, Justin Jefferson is quarterback proof, so it makes a lot of logical sense for Justin Jefferson to be number one. But in my heart, I see Marv having a better finish. But Justin Jefferson is indeed proven quarterback proof, which makes him a clear number one.
Yeah, we have to give respect to the man. I'm not even sure Sam Darnold's not going to be QB week one. Look at McCarthy has a lot to prove. He didn't do a lot in college. And you know what? That's okay. This is the San Francisco 49ers system. We just watched Mr. Irrelevant almost win an MVP last year. So I'm all about it. I'm all about it. But we got to put Justin Jefferson. Our listeners are going to literally never listen to us again if we rank a rookie that has never done anything on the field. He hasn't even signed his rookie contract yet either. He will. He will. We got to put JJ at one. Now, Smitty, I'm going to give in to you here because, all right, Homer, don't even care. But we are, I really don't. But we are going to rock out. Actually, dude, we can't put him. Can we put him above Chase? Can we? You want to do that right now? You want to put him above Chase? This is your call.
Can I tell you why I do though? And you know, I understand that Chase is proven, and honestly, Burrow is. God, do I like Burrow more than Kyler? Like those are the questions I'm asking myself, which is why I had such a weird time with my own personal rankings, and I deep down think Kyler is just slightly smarter. I don't know. You know, honestly, Chase makes a lot of logical sense, but I gotta go with my guy Marv. I gotta do it.
So these are our rankings. It's not where we're going to be drafting him or where, you know, I'm down. Marv Harrison, number 2. Pedigree, he's got everything. He's got everything you want. Now, is there a chance he's not even wide receiver one of the rookie class that just came out? Absolutely. But he is. He's going to be a stud. He's going to be a stud. I'm there. Now, here's where I want to make an argument in these rankings. And this could be a big change for us in our rankings that we had before is Dynasty is played more like redraft these days. And leagues that we play in, what we're going to do is we have a lot of activity, a lot of trading. I believe the wide receiver 1 next year is Tyreek Hill. And I'm going to rank Tyreek Hill, who only has guaranteed 2 more years left in him, as wide receiver 3 over Jamar Chase. And I'm going to do that strictly because you give me one wide receiver 1 year, I might win a championship with that. And if it doesn't work out, I think I can trade him midway through the season when things aren't working for me and get the value and bring back what I need to bring back onto my team. Which is why, I think Tyreek Hill might go down as a top 3 wide receiver to ever play the game by the time he's done. And I do think this man is pissed he didn't get 3,000 yards last year. He is pissed. Dude, this guy, I mean, hamstring injuries, everything. You saw him on the sidelines. He's still out there. Like, this dude gave it his all. I think it's this year. I made an argument on a podcast we did for Best Ball a little bit ago that I think Tua's got a shot at an MVP this year. It's either Tua or Kyler Murray for me as MVPs. And Anthony Richardson. Those are my 3 that I'm calling for 1, 2, and 3 in the MVP race. So, can we put Tyreek Hill 3? Your call. We could put Chase 4. I get it. He's younger.
I'm very willing to do top 5 for sure. You know, okay. He is honestly, in real life, better than Chase. And that's just... And he's proven to be, weirdly, Tyreek Hill is kind of quarterback proof, like quietly. Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. I mean, guys, yes. And I think you made such a great point. Like, this is like kind of a Dynasty is kind of played with redraft, but 2 years is kind of like a long time. 2 seasons, 2 years, and you get elite production. So I don't see Chase doing exactly what Tyreek is going to do, proven. And you know, I'm with it. I am. Deep down, I am with it.
Okay.
Because
it is on there. Tyreek Hill at
Chase.
This feels...
Chase is not quite close. Chase is close, but he's not quite QB proof. Not quite.
So, forgive my ignorance here. I know it's been close, but has Jamar Chase had a wide receiver 1 year? Because I believe he was either 2 or 3 when JJ had that just incredible year when he was a rookie. I don't think Chase has ever done wide receiver one, has he? But I know Justin Jefferson has, and I know Tyreek Hill has done it multiple times.
See, and that's a great point. To my knowledge, no, Chase has not.
And if we listen to our boy, the Dynasty Lover, they got another wide receiver there that might have a good year in Burden. So, all right, but we got to put Chase as 4. Or
Yeah, we
this
do
is where
have.
you can make an argument, CeeDee Lamb. So you talk to me, CeeDee Lamb versus Jamar Chase. This is not a Cowboy fan podcast. We're sorry. Please listen to us if you're a Cowboys fan. We hate you, but we love you. Let's. What do you want to do? Do you want to do CeeDee Lamb or Chase? Because I think this is 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna say I'm gonna be honest, and this might happen multiple times, not necessarily with the wide receivers, but as we do rankings, I'm gonna give Chase the youth bump. I kind of have to do that.
What is the
How do
difference
you?
in their age?
Yeah, a great question.
Will you look at that for me? But we'll
Yeah,
drop
I
Chase
got
in
you.
here. Jamar, Jamaar.
Jamar. Yep. So Jamar was born 2000. What the hell? Anyways, I'm sorry. Just he's so freaking young. All right. So Jamar 24. Sedarian is
Satarian Leone, baby.
25. At least CD was born in the 90s. Anyways, 99. But yeah. So it's really just a year youth bump. Now let's go from. Okay. So the youth bump kind of doesn't matter. So now let's talk about offense. And I vastly prefer the Bengals offense. That might be personal, honestly. But then
Yeah.
again, personal rankings.
I mean, these are rankings I did for a best ball show pretty much, although I didn't have Marvin there. I'm down with CeeDee Lamb. The biggest question with CeeDee Lamb is, was last year the outlier? He was wide receiver 1 last year, right?
Ooh, great question, man. Yeah, yeah, he sure was wide receiver 1. Oh, what a great question. Was that? It feels like it, honestly. It feels like it was an outlier. Feels like it was
No.
kind of an outlier for Dak as well.
All right, so let's look at 6. Now, this is where we enter Sun God. So we've got choices at 6. We've got Sun God. We've got Puka. We got some rookies. Sun God deserves his credit right here, right? 5
Yeah,
or
I
6?
say this is a smash spot for Sundown because, and you know what? It hasn't happened yet. This is much like Marv. It hasn't happened yet, but Sun God, Amon-Ra St. Brown he can replace CD. I don't know. It hasn't happened yet, but there's a world that we live in where it could happen.
So here's what I like about this is these top 6 rankings. Now, Justin Jefferson is just because he's done it so many times. He's done it since a rookie. He has never actually not done it on the field. But these top 6, man, these are solidified quarterbacks that these people have outside of Justin Jefferson, who has a rookie quarterback. But he also has a backup that can run a system. I'm telling you, this is a 49er system, dude. Like, quarterbacks that just he can get it done. So I don't mind if Sam Darnold gets in there. He can throw the football to him. You know, we saw that a little bit with the 49ers, but Brock Purdy's just better. So Sun God 6. Now, keep Trade Cup. Puka
Yeah.
will be the next in line, followed by Garrett Wilson, A.J. Brown. This is the spot where I think we need to talk about A.J. Brown versus Puka Nacua. And I would say that you're going to put Puka Nacua right here because he's close over Sun God for me. I just love Sun God, man. I just love what he's done. And he's got a chip on his shoulder. That dude's pissed off, man. He's like the Michael Jordan dude. He's gangster, man. He's coming to win, dude. Don't tell him he can't do something.
Right, right. Dude, you know what's so great about Dynasty is if whichever of the two you can get the most value from, do it. But I'd be happy with either one. So frankly, I'm happy with putting Puka here. Yeah, over AJ Brown for sure because I'll even say it. I got London over Brown, man, and Brown's an absolute dog. But oh, I don't know. We'll see. We'll still we still have like what 5 more picks? I mean
We do.
5 more.
And
Okay.
here's what's going to happen. Garrett Wilson is not going to be on this list for me unless you make me put him on here.
Okay. That's interesting. I kind of have him next, but you're right. Why? And I feel like just because he was offensive play rookie of the year and he's done surprisingly amazing things, surprisingly great things with Zach Wilson, but it ain't comparable to what AJ Brown has truly proved over and over again, especially in such an offense like the freaking Eagles, who now also has what's my coach name? My guy from the Chargers and also the Cowboys.
Harbaugh?
No, he's the offensive.
Oh, Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore. Thank you, thank you. Complete brain fart on that guy. I think Kellen Moore is really about to. I mean, not necessarily unlock AJ Brown, but that could be a marriage right there. A marriage that is quietly dangerous, dude.
So
Okay,
we're going AJ Brown.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, convinced.
I agree. I think he's going to be a beast. I think he has never not just been an incredible wide receiver in the National Football League. They locked up all the wide receivers around them, and I love Devontae Smith. I do, but he's not AJ Brown, and AJ Brown deserves a much bigger target share than Smith does. I'm on it, AJ Brown. Now I want to take a second, 1 through 8 here. If we're going to pivot off one of these players in these rankings, and they're close to keep trade cut right now, the ones that I would be pivoting off of, and it's not that I don't like them because we just talked about how much we love them. I would pivot off CeeDee Lamb and I'd pivot off Puka Nacua. And the reason I would do that is if CeeDee Lamb isn't the wide receiver 1 or 2 this year, he loses value. If Puka does almost what he did last year, he's going to lose value as well. I mean, those are 2 just beast years. And I do think Puka might have had an outlier year last year, but his next year behind him is pretty fucking good, Smitty. I mean, like, if he never does that again and gets 150 yards less and 2 touchdowns less, he's a top 7 wide receiver.
Yeah, true. I mean, you're right. Just the hyper targeting early on really, I hate when people say it, but I'm about to say it myself, really padded his stats. It did. It did. God, I hate that came out of my mouth. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So it's very possible that he, in fact, there's no way he can repeat what he did last year. I mean, Cup has to get hurt, and Stafford loves Cup. That's just a real thing. I mean, that's like Hurts and AJ Brown. Like that's we can love Smitty as much as we want, but Brown's freaking unreliable over here.
Yeah. No. Okay. I think we're good there. So now we got 9. So I think 9.
You don't want any of these 4 pieces to be Garrett Wilson.
No, I don't, dude. I don't.
Okay, well, who would you have at 9 then?
I think we need to start looking at another rookie possibly in Malik Neighbors.
Okay.
I think he enters the conversation. I can't put Drake London in there. I know you want to, but look, there's a possibility that Drake London is just who he is. I get the whole saga. I get the Arthur Smith. I get the no quarterback. I get all of that. But he hasn't done it. He's just looked like he possibly could do it. And
you know what? He is the perfect what if. I mean, God, talk about a mystery box. You know the coolest thing about drafting Michael Penix at 8 overall is now we don't have this year 2024. There will be zero question about London ceiling walking into 25 because we will know because whether he has Penix throwing to him, whether he has Kirk throwing to him, we're gonna know, and it's gonna be higher than before. So, I do like the wait and see approach. I am a little I am angsty. I do think that he is there, but we can wait. We can wait. I'm willing to wait. And however, Malik Neighbors at this pick at number 9. I am with it. I am super with it. I am with it.
He has better draft capital by one pick than Drake London did because Drake was a 7, right? And Malik was a 6.
8. I'd actually maybe it was 6. I actually don't know. I just know for a long time they've been drafting at 8.
Yeah, I like the draft capital. You know what? I I'm growing on the landing spot quite a bit, but
Ooh,
I there's a good chance he's a better wide receiver than Marvin Harrison. There's a good chance. So I got to put Malik Neighbors there. I think that's good. Now,
you know what? I have to speak on that real quick because you're really making me like put my money where my mouth is. Because I just said Marvin Harrison should be number one because of all of the stuff he did in college, plus receiver core is lacking. That's the same exact situation for Neighbors. So that's going to be an exciting rookie race, bro.
it is. It's just quarterback. It's just all quarterback, dude. If Malik
At the end
Neighbors
of the
was
day,
on the
you're right.
Cardinals, I'd be ranking him above Marv. I mean, and if Marv was on the Giants, um, so I am really cool putting Drake London at the 10. Like I'm cool with this.
Okay, and I'm happy to hear it. Yes, dude. Yes. I do understand that I am just very excited to finally see what his ceiling is because we have yet to get it. So it's a what if, but I feel great at top 10. I do. I love it. I'm glad we did that.
So between me and you love Drake London, but you haven't been on this bandwagon as long as I have.
That's
I have
true. This is
been
new. This is new for me. You're right.
I've been a supporter, so nobody understands this argument more. Now, top 10 right now. We talked about pivoting off of CeeDee Lamb possibly and Puka. If there's a player I am totally cool pivoting off of is Drake London. I have done it in many leagues. And by the way, whoever is listening to this, if I have Drake London on my team left, they're the teams that I'm keeping him there because of the structure, the roster construction I have around that. But right now, you can get the exact value for Drake London that you drafted him 3 years ago, and he has not proven that he's a top 10 wide receiver yet. So you can sell him exactly where you drafted him. That's my only thing with Drake London is he is a beautiful tier up. I believe you could take Drake London and something else and just go right up that list to the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, AJ Brown's right there. Puka's right there. Sun God. Oh my God. If I could pull off London for Amon Ra, if I could pull that off, yeah. Much as I love Drake London, or the idea of him hitting his ceiling, assuming it's a great ceiling, dude, I'd much rather would have the Sun God. So I hear you. You know, it's just that's smart process right there. It's a brilliant process, honestly.
Here's a trade idea. You find somebody that has, let's say you've got Anthony Richardson and Drake London, and you
Hmm.
find someone that's got Kyler Murray and Sun God. I bet you can sell Anthony Richardson and Drake London for Kyler Murray and the Sun God. And I would do that trade all day long because I do actually think there's not a big difference between AR-15 and Kyler Murray, except for age. And Kyler knows how not to get hit, dude. That's the one thing I love about Kyler. He don't get hit, dude.
We're gonna talk about the when it gets to quarterback rankings. That will be the biggest point for why he should be ranked pretty high up. I'm glad you said that. We're gonna have a oh, I can't wait for that discussion. Yeah, that's oh god. I mean, yeah, I hear you. In fact, I'm with it. Especially if you are if especially if you're trying to make a run. If you're trying to make a run, or if you think you can, I would prefer the uh, Kyler and who else did you say? Sun God?
Kyler and Sun God versus
Oh yeah, that's
AR-15 and Drake.
automatic. Actually, I don't even know why I'm trying to explain. Yeah, that's an automatic. Yeah, I
But
fully.
I think you can get the trade done because I think someone could buy the upside of Drake and be like, AR-15 can literally break fantasy football. So, all right, 11. Here's what we got. We've got in the running for me would be, look, I'm not putting Chris Olave in the top 12. We've got
Neither am I.
Roma Doomsday, possibly. We've got Brandon Ayuk, Devontae Smith, Garrett Wilson, and Tank Dell are probably the five that I'd be looking at in this range. And I would be kind of cool to put Rome or Tank here at the 11.
I think that is the perfect 11 and 12. Dude, if I'm being honest, I completely forgot about Roma Odunze. I did. He just got buried in that receiving core. But yeah, dude. In fact, oh my god, I would rather have Odunze than Garrett Wilson. Like you got me there. That's a fact. So yeah, those two are 11 and 12 to me. You know, between those two though, just based off of what I've seen, I want to put Tank at 11, but he did also get shot. But now he's on the field running faster than ever. So man, and plus we all know Rome is a dog. So
So what
you
if
know what?
they?
Rome.
You're
Let's get Rome up there.
you're an LA guy. You remember when they put Panther blood in Kobe Bryant's Achilles? What if he got shot and they put that Panther blood in him and he comes back and he's just like literally wide receiver one? That could happen. But your pick, Rome or Tank 11.
Let's do Rome. Let's do Rome at 11 because I am very excited for his career, and he's even excited to break records over there, which I love to hear. Plus, I just got love the player, love the player. And God, I'm such a big Tank fanboy. It's just some people, honestly, God, I think some people would really prefer to put Garrett Wilson over Tank, and I don't think I can argue against it. Why would you put Tank over Garrett?
One, I have been burned by Garrett Wilson.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
first and foremost. But two, he's got a very old quarterback coming off an Achilles injury with not a lot behind him. And this is the Jets. Okay, look at Jets. Look, we're going to be pissing off fans out there. Jets fans, I love you. But here's the deal. Your team has found a way to screw every single thing up you possibly can screw up. Even when you think you got it, it ain't happening. So that's just my biggest thing on G. Willie. And if you think about Ohio State, wide receivers coming out, there's been some really good ones, and I get he was one of them, but I don't know. So that's just my G. Willie thing is I can't draft him because of where he's at, because where people are drafting him. But the 12 spot, I'm not putting Garrett Wilson in the top 12. Sorry. Yeah, I told you that. But the 12 spot, I think we need to talk about Tank. But I really think we need to talk about Sun God 2.0 and Jalen Reed. And people just think I'm a complete idiot here. I totally get it, brother. I totally get it. But dude, I see this path, man. Like, Jalen Reed is a very good wide receiver, dude. And I love the offense. I get the target comparison, but Tank's got the same thing. And would you be cool if you're looking at the screen if I do Tank / Reed for the 12?
I understand. Anyone watching this is going to just yell right now, too rich for Tank. I mean, too rich for Reed. Way too rich for Reed. But no, seriously, he is definitely the most reliable receiver in that core. And, they've been talking up Wicks. They've been talking up Dobbs. They've been talking up... They haven't said a damn thing about Watson, and I hate that. But, dude, honestly, it makes sense, but it's just going to be hard to convince a lot of people. But the thing
This
is,
isn't where we're drafting them.
The
This
podcast
is not where we're
agrees.
drafting them. I would not be drafting Reed over a lot of these other people like Michael Pittman, Brandon Ayuk. I won't be drafting him over that, but when he gets on my team, I'm very happy. And people that have been listening to this, I've done nothing but talk about tearing down to Reed over and over and over and over again. It's like a repeating record here on me. And I'm going to look like a complete idiot at some point if this doesn't work out. All right, so here we go. Wide receiver rankings. Justin Jefferson. We got Justin Jefferson.
I like it. I'm just reflecting on Tyreek at 3. Just when you prove it for so long, what more is there to say? I just want to speak on that. And I love it. I'm sorry, I am a little blown away with Reed being here, but it feels good. It really does. It feels right.
Doesn't it? This is like me piggybacking off of my last season when all I did was talk about the Green Bay Packers and Lamar Jackson winning an MVP. It was like all last year. That's all I talked about. And I think he levels up. I think next year I think he's Sun God 2.0. That's just how I feel. So here's the rankings. We got Justin Jefferson, followed by Marvin Harrison, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Cedarico, what's the full name?
Cedarian DeLeon Lamb.
Cedarico DeLeon Lamb, Sun God, Puka Nakua, A.J. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Drake London, Roma Doomsday, Tank / Reed. And by the way, there's a lot of people that will be pissed that we even have Tank as the 12.
Oh, true. Very true. Yeah, I'm sorry. That feels entirely too right. I could not have that.
All right, tight end rankings. Let's roll. These ones are gonna be friggin' fun. We got some hot takes. Anyone that listened to our rankings last time? They were spicy, and this is gonna be just as spicy. So I think I can just go ahead and write in the first two at Sam
Yep.
Laporta, correct?
Correct?
And Trey McBride. Do we have any
Dude,
any arguments of them being our top two?
I just really think back to I know the playoffs is not really so sticky because everything is just heightened and different in that type of environment. But goodness, when Goff needed Laporta, he was there, no question about it. And we can honestly even say the same for Trey McBride. So I think those two are unquestioned. And if someone disagrees, I would love to hear an argument on who they would rank higher. But it's not happening. So those two are definitely 1 and 2. I do wonder if this is the year where they swap.
Ooh, I would love that, Smitty. I would love that. I would freaking love that. I mean, oh man, I would love that. So, by the way, I forgot to rate off Keep Trade Cuts top 12. We got Sam Laporta, Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, Dalton Kincaid, Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, T.J. Hawkinson, Travis Kelsey, George Kittle at 9, Jake Ferguson at 10, David Njoku at 11, and Evan Ingram at 12. We are really going to get wild with this one because I don't believe those at all. I would never draft off of that. Um, no, I'm not going to do it.
Shoot him, Mother. Shoot him.
So the biggest question is who are we ranking 3 and who did we have 3 at our last one? Because
So
this is a
last time,
conversation.
back in February, we genuinely said Brock Bowers, and his current situation in the with the Raiders makes it difficult to keep that up. It makes it difficult, but at the same time, I don't. He's also smaller than I thought. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even. I should not even mention that. At
Oh, bro, that
yeah.
that Grunk and Bowers picture next to each other still just cracks me up, dude. I hope Sleeper puts that as the profile.
Oh my God, yeah, that'll lower his ADP. So yeah, sleeper, please do that.
So we had Bowers last time. You know,
Hmm.
I know we just put Marv as we almost put him at the 1 as a rookie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm starting to have a problem with tight end rookies, and I get with what Laporta just did. This is a much different offense than a Lions run. I don't want to put Kincaid at the 3. You know what? I'm
To
a
be honest with
believer.
you, I don't either. I don't either. Yet I totally understand that he is. Dude, the moment he becomes like genuine wide receiver instead of tight end, that's gonna be nuts. But until then, I don't know. I don't know to be honest. I don't know because you I'm gonna say a name and you're not gonna like it, and it's truly all because of freaking hype. But I wouldn't mind. Hey, I love the Kincaid. I love the Kincaid, but dude, I got Pitts up here, man. I got Pitts. What do you? Well, too rich, right? It's too rich.
No, it's not too rich at all. Kyle Pitts is what, 22, 23, right?
Some crazy young, yeah.
So it's been pretty standard in the NFL that breakout
Crazy.
years are like 24, 25, 26 for tight ends. They have the oldest breakout of any position. Maybe not quarterback. I actually haven't looked at breakout ages for quarterbacks. But to me, Dalton Kincaid is what Kyle Pitts was coming out with the hype,
Hmm.
but we get to rerun it with Kincaid. Or sorry, with Bow. Wow, I'm going off. Just scratch that whole back for 30 seconds. I just said wrong names. Let's run this one back. Bowers versus our boy Pitts. Bowers is what Pitts was coming out, but we get to rerun
Okay.
it back.
Okay.
And I think actually the question for 3 is I don't know. Can we just put Kincaid at 3 because of the offense? He has no. I mean, he's going to have a big target share.
Yeah, the target share is what's convincing me. I just feel like this is just a massive tier break, and it's hard to choose a three. It really is because I don't want to put Bowers there, and and Kincaid feels wrong, but who else but him? Who else but him at this point?
Yeah. I see the tiers as one. The top two are in their own. Then the next three are the exact same tier, and that's why I don't mind where we
Yeah,
rank these.
yeah, that is
Um,
yeah, completely
so
agree.
if you wanted Kincaid at 3, let's go ahead and or sorry, Pitts at 3. Let's go ahead and put him at 4.
Let's do it. I mean, you're right. I could be happy with him at 4. I could be happy with him at 5. It's just I don't know. Just thinking about the fact that they drafted Penix 3. I mean, at 8 overall. It's just now we're gonna get a consistent floor finally. Consistent floor, consistency. Yeah, that's exciting. And then Brock Bowers. I mean, just uber talented in college. Shout out to the Georgia Bulldogs and. Just my issue with his landing spot is A, who's the quarterback? B, didn't they just draft tight end last year? Like
Michael Meyer.
I don't know. It's so muddy to me.
Yeah, so I read a couple articles. Michael Meyer was talking about how deadly this offense is going to be with Brock Bowers in it. Like
Whoa.
yeah, no, and it's starting to make me grow in the landing spot for Bowers quite a bit more. Um, I don't care. I think you're right. These three just don't matter. Kincaid, Pitts, Bowers, rank them wherever you want. Call your shot. Are you tearing off of anybody here? Because it just seems to me like this is where I do not want to tear off in the tight end range. Like I've got a gem, I got a positional advantage, and I don't know where I can tear down from off of them. Um,
Yeah, to be honest, I think the conversation moving like from this point, like from 6 on to 12, is gonna be a lot more fun because we kind of did 3, 4, and 5 like out of obligation, like, but 6 through 12 is where we start talking about people we like and offenses we like, and if that's the case, you can tear down from this 3, 4, 5 and get one of these guys plus, and frankly be pretty happy. That's my opinion.
so can you give me number 6? And I don't think you're going to want to give me this, but this is the only player that I would really want to tear down from off of them. And I believe I'm 100% positive Kincaid, Pitts, and Bowers will get you a first to tear off of this player. And I think there's a
Ooh.
good chance that this player scores more than them. I really want to put Jake Ferguson at the 6. I'm telling you, Smitty, just please give me that one. I think he is just scratching the surface of what he can do.
Dude, and you know what's so great about Jay Ferguson? He's on an offense that historically values him. Like, this makes a lot of freaking sense. I mean, my God, imagine getting Ferguson in a first for freaking Pitts, dude. I would lose my mind. That's an auto accept. I would love that. I would love Ferguson in the first. I mean, golly, I might win. I might win the league doing that. I love it. I love it. It just, the production is there. And that's probably my favorite thing about Ferg.
Smitty, I've been
Yeah, I'm
doing
not
this.
mad at it. I'm really
I
not.
play in a lot of leagues, bro. I play in a lot. I'm 100% positive that you can get a first and maybe something more if you want to tear off Bowers or Pitts. Like, I really believe you can. Like, I really, in fact, I'm almost willing to guarantee you can send that out and it'll be accepted without a counter.
This pod rocks, yo. I mean, actionable advice right there that you can just dominate with. Love it.
All right, let's go with the 7. Who do you want to do with the 7 here? So here's our choices. Keep
Mm-hmm.
trade cut. We would have Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson, Travis Kelsey, George Kittle would be somewhere in that range. Mark Andrews is not my 7th ranked tight end. We'll argue about whether or not he's in the top 12 in a little bit. TJ Hawkinson is coming off of an injury right now, and I'm not sure about that. Now, we have a contract extension for Travis Kelsey. What does that mean to you? Because The fucking wheels are gonna fall off at some point, dude. How old? Look, I gotta look at how old Travis Kelsey is. I mean, he's what, 34,
Dude, I'm glad you
35.
mentioned Travis Kelsey because I mean, he's in this Andrews Hawkinson range that we're thinking, but the extension and plus the fact that Rasheed Rice is out here just continuing his his reign of crapheadness. Like it's really annoying. The news I hear about Rice on the weekly regular, like it's that receiving core is gonna need Kelsey. So at 7, God, I don't mind it. I don't mind it because the man's he's effective. He's effective. He's gonna get his target. He's gonna get his share, and then plus the core is falling apart. But you know what? If I'm being in my heart of heart, I like Luke Musgraves here. Is this too rich for Luke?
I love you. I love you, Smitty. Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yes. Let's do it.
I mean,
You
because
know
honestly,
how I feel about that boy.
I was convincing myself that Kelsey makes a lot of freaking sense right here, but man, just Luke is like Green Bay Sam, low key. I can't say that. That's a little. He's Green Bay Sam. I'm gonna just say it. He's Green Bay Sam.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like there's just every single thing about him reminds me of every single thing Trey McBride has done since he walked. Like it's like the progression. If I'm wrong, look, if there's two tight ends on here I'm wrong about, I'm fine being wrong about Luke. Everyone's going to say, well, Tucker Kraft's so good. There's so many options at wide receiver. Dude, people need to realize that the NFL plays zone coverage more than ever. Tight ends can eat, but they will eat more if they have at least two really good wide receivers next to them. And if they have a third or a fourth where if someone gets injured and steps in, it is just set up to perfection. I love Luke. I'm down with him at the 7. Oh my
What a
gosh, I'm
great
so
point,
down. I
Dave.
didn't think you were going to say that. That surprised me more than I think my Ferguson pick surprised you a little there.
I'm just looking at this list of tight ends. I'm like, Luke is a little too far down. I mean, okay.
Is this is this where we could put Dalton Schultz at 8?
Can I be honest? I'm not mad at Kelsey being here. If I'm being, this is kind.
Perfect.
I'm very okay with Kelsey being here. This pod, y'all. I've been fading Kelsey like the freaking plague for at least 2 years, and now I'm kind of interested. But then
Hey,
who did you just say? You said Dalton Schultz. Oh my God, yes. Let's do that at 9.
so if I can put Tyreek Hill as the 3 for wide receivers, we definitely could put Kelsey at the. We could put him at the 3 here if we wanted to. I mean, it's just until he doesn't do it, he could win. I mean, if there is one player that has won more people championships in the history of fantasy, it's Travis Kelsey. There's nobody else. Or maybe LT when he scored like 50 touchdowns in a year, or Ezekiel Elliott back in the day. But this man's won everyone championships. He's probably going to do it again. So Travis Kelsey at the 8. Let's smash the doctor here, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are not giving Dalton Schultz the credit he deserves. He's done nothing but be a very, very good tight end.
And exactly what you said about Luke Musgraves and his offense having just pretty much an arsenal of receivers around him, getting him just wide open. Like same situation for Schultz.
Now at 10,
Ooh, these last 3, y'all. This last 3.
the last 3. So I'm thinking we've got this. We've got Evan Ingram, David Njoku. Oh, God, David Njoku.
Yeah, those two need to be here.
Still, man, if there's one man in this world that can make me switch sides, it might be David Njoku, dude. Dude, that man, every time I say that man's name, I get all flustered, dude, from the Pro Bowl, dude. The Pro Bowl did it for me, dude. He is a god. So he's there. But I also want to talk about JC, Isaiah Likely. I would love to put him at the 10
I
spot.
want them to be the 3. I kind of need them to be the 3, like the next 3, the final
How do you
3.
want to rank them? You can pick.
God, what a great question. And you know what? Honestly, in this tier, I feel like Schultz belongs in this tier as well. So you can rank one of these guys above Schultz if you want to. Just thinking about the tier as a whole. God, it does not matter. Frankly, I want either one of them. Let's go. Let's go. Man crushing Joku. Let's do man
All right,
crushing Joku. Yeah.
let's go. I got to double check how to spell his name. Give me a second. David Njoku.
NJOKU.
Oh, crap. What did I do? Hold on a second. All right. So we'll go Njoku at the 10. How do you spell it again?
NJOKU.
Perfect. Thank you. Boom, boom. And then 11. I'll let you pick 11. What do you think?
Now look, God, it's I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Evan Ingram. Evan
Okay.
Ingram. Yeah, that's just a little more easier to digest. Because I understand having likely at 12 is gonna throw some people off, but let's not forget when Mark Andrews, who's not even in our top 12, was down. Somebody stepped up in a serious way.
Yeah, let's just take a few seconds to talk about this.
Yes.
Isaiah Likely is the best tight end on that team.
Who?
He has an incredible connection with Lamar Jackson. They are going to be running 2 tight end stats. Isaiah Likely is going to start for the Ravens. That doesn't mean Mark Andrews isn't going to start. But I just want everyone to take the year that Mark Andrews is either tight end 1 or 2. I can't remember. I think he might have hit 1 that year. Travis Kelce was injured, or it was right there.
Mm-hmm.
What has Mark Andrews done for anybody outside that year? You take that year away, he's not even in the top 20. He can't stay healthy. And I'm telling you, the connection that Isaiah Likely has with Lamar Jackson is as good as a connection I've ever seen from a tight end and a quarterback. It really reminds me of Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes.
Who?
I have Isaiah Likely as a top 5 tight end in scoring next year.
You know what? Hey guys, let's talk about it. They what did they do? They extended Rashad Bateman. That alone is nuts. I mean, like, no offense to Bateman, but for Bateman to be extended, for OBJ to be gone, and for Isaiah Likely to be like in the lineup, like as a starter, say no more. I'm in. That makes sense to me. Top 5. Oh my God, that's a nice little bet you might want to put in.
Again,
What?
this is not how we're drafting players. This is how we actually believe will happen. And if anybody goes and looks at any of my rosters that are listening to this, especially in 2 tight end formats, you are going to see Jake Ferguson, Musgrave, Dalton Schultz, and Isaiah Likely on every team, all 4 of them. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Now, Smitty, we're going to talk about the music. Brock Bowers, check your text message. I just sent you those so you know what we're doing after this. But let's have some fun at Brock Purdy's expense. What type of music do you think Mr. Golden Boy, Mr. Poster Child, Miss the most disrespected draft person ever, what type of music do you think he listens to? Because how I think Brock Purdy rolls is probably going to surprise people. Have you ever seen the movie Office Space?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The
Violent
opening
movie.
scene in that, when that white dude is driving on the freeway and he's just bumping some gangster rap with just all the bad words in there, and then the guy rolls next to him and he just turns it off real quick. That's Brock Purdy rolling into training camp right there. There's no, I'm telling you, he gets gangster, dude.
I'm so
I
happy you
guarantee you,
said
he gets.
that because my first thought was definitely hip hop rap. That was. Oh my God, yes. And I'm not even gonna. I was gonna give him like just the gamut of all bad white rappers, but no. Yes, he will have a couple of them in there, and then we'll give him good ones like Eminem. But you are right. He is definitely bumping the latest. I'm trying to think of the scariest rapper out
Dude,
right
that's
now.
it. We finally figured out a nickname for Brock Purdy. He's Eminem. The great white hype, the best white quarterback. He's Eminem.
Let's do it. I like it. Oh
Oh, that's
man.
great. No, but So, who do you think is like literally the whitest QB in the game? Is it Brock Purdy? Is it Joe Burrow? Is it
Unfortunately, no. Joe Burrow is not. No, he is too cool. He has swag, except for when he's wearing that zebra suit, which is super weird. But no offense, Joe. But Jesus, what a ooh, that zebra suit was awful. But no, I think Joe Burrow is too cool for this category. Not to say white people are not cool, but just if we're talking about absolute white, goofy, corny man, I we gotta go Coles. Like, I mean, not Coles Cash Kirk. We gotta go Coles Cash Kirk. And in fact, I would say this: I'm willing to bet that the two Kirk and Purdy has definitely done a shopping spree. And
I
not
got
yet.
you.
They haven't yet. They will this offseason
Yeah.
or next offseason. I mean.
There there is a chance that Brock Purdy is pulling up to training camp, listening to some Willie Nelson with some chewing tobacco in his mouth, just
Oh,
totally get it. There's a chance. There's a chance.
God, that
All
would
right,
be
y'all.
cool.
That's part one. We'll drop part two next week. Cheers. We've got. Oh, by the way, let me read down the tight end rankings: Sam Laporta,
Oh
Trey
yeah.
McBride, Dalton Kincaid, Kyle Pitts, Brock Bowers, Jake Ferguson, Luke Musgrave, Travis Kelsey, Dalton Schultz, David Njoku. Oh God, David Njoku. Evan Ingram, Isaiah Likely. That's the top 12. We'll catch you all for the rest of RB and QB rankings next week.
Ooh,
Cheers, y'all.
exciting.